Can we talk about the Open? Not to get away from the
we're done. We're done with Ian's fluff session. Nice job.
I was gonna say not to get away from it, but I did want to talk about Tiger.
What's
Just
going
real
on?
quick, a quick Open talk, and then we'll get back to the All-Star game.
Yeah, what's going on with the Open? Tell me.
Well, did you see Tiger's comments today?
No.
He basically just pooped on everybody going to the LIV.
Hard? Pooped hard?
Not like hard, but he just said like
pooped on him in
stuff like you didn't, or like these players don't understand like what the PGA Tour did for them, like even giving them this opportunity, and they're basically turning their backs on that just for a payday. He said something like you got to earn it in the dirt, like old school stuff.
Let me give you a hot take. Maybe it's more offensive even to Tiger Woods that did the PGA Tour, because Tiger Woods is the PGA Tour. This guy just built the PGA Tour over the last 20 years, gave these guys the purses they have today, dug it out of the dirt, made golf one of the most famous sports. And now they're like, fuck you. How about that? He is the PGA Tour. He built all of that prize money. And they're like, good enough. If I'm Tiger, I get it. I'm like, hey, look at what I gave you. And now you're just going to spit in my face?
He said, He goes, what is the incentive to go out there and earn it in the dirt? You're just getting paid a lot of money up front and playing a few events and playing 54 holes. They're playing blaring music and have all these atmospheres that are different. Some of these players may not ever get a chance to play in major championships. That's a possibility. We don't know that for sure. It's up to major championship bodies to make that determination, but that's a possibility. Some players never get a chance to play a major championship, never get a chance to experience this right here, walk down fairways at Augusta National.
And I'm just curious to see what happens if the LIV turns into like the XFL and folds. Like, are we just welcoming these guys back to the PGA?
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like the Fire Fest, dude. It's just like, wait, you're telling me
because the thing is, you pay these purses that they're paying, and it's like you're expecting there to be a shit ton of fans coming in. And like, what if they don't? What if people stay with the PGA and don't really care that much about the LIV? Like, you're gonna lose that money and you can't keep going.
And they're basically all scabs, right? So like,
yes.
Are they going to let them back in? I mean, they're never going to let them back on the pension and everything, but
no,
like even if they're just like, no, you can't even play events anymore. Like you're out. They're not going to have anywhere to play golf because the European Tour is not going to let them back on, the World Tour, whatever it's called now. They're not going to let them play anywhere.
It's tough because I couldn't imagine having somebody walk up to me and say, all right, here's X amount of $1 million to go play golf. But it's like,
the people I get it for are the guys that are like Pat Perez and guys like that, guys that are a little older and like they're not really like winning the big tournaments, and they're like, why would I not go make like $1 million per tournament? Like I play 10 tournaments a year and I make $15 million. Like, sure, that sounds great. I understand it for them, but the guys like Koepka, like that's unbelievable. Like that's so on brand for him that he would do that.
Yeah, Pat Perez's comments about like, yo, I've been on the road for 40 years or whatever. Like, I just want to.
He also has made an absurd amount of money.
But the thing is, like, at least he was honest, and he's like, yeah, like I don't want to keep doing the PGA Tour grind. I basically just want money, and I'm like, all right.
I will say, I agree with some of like the people saying, like the music part, and it's like, why can't like the PGA was yelling about like hoods for a while, right? Like if it's freezing and you're playing overseas, like. Why can't I wear a hood?
See, I've always been an old school guy. I like the old school rules. I like it in all sports. I like it in baseball. I like all the old school stuff.
I don't know.
I think that's tradition. It's tradition.
I totally agree. But there's sometimes like we need to evolve. We need to like.
Well, I don't need the music. I don't want
music.
Like, you can't have music at golf.
No, I know. But like, let's make it more friendly and enjoyable. And like, I get that.
Good thing Tom's not here so we can talk about golf.
Yeah.
Let me give you another hot take. If all those guys, like there's the fraternity aspect of it, of like, hey man, like you grinded it out for 40 years or 30 years or whatever on tour, you made your money, you made 20, 30, 40 million bucks, whatever it is. I don't know what Pat Perez's career earnings are, but he's made a good amount of money. You made your money on tour, and now you're gonna fuck the young guys by leaving and making the tour weaker and possibly the purse is less, like you owe it to the young guys to stay on and grind it out at the end, because that's what the dudes that came before you did, who didn't make as much money as you did because the purses weren't as big. Like the baseball has a very much a fraternity of
I was gonna say, do they have a union like that?
They do. They do have a union, and their pension plan's really good, and they do a good job. But that is how baseball works. Baseball, especially on the union side, is you have, hey, we're a fraternity of guys who are looking out for the next generation all the time. And there probably is some like the guys who have made their money and been around, like there probably is an aspect of that is, hey man, like I got to stay on this tour and maybe miss out on a little bit of money to do it the right way, make sure that this thing keeps going because it has given me a lifestyle or all of these amazing things. So I see that side of it too.
For sure. Exactly. And that's why I'm kind of in the middle, but obviously leaning towards the PGA and everything, like what Tiger said, I just think there's such an art in that, like grinding it out, earning your way to, qualify or get yourself into a major. And then you just don't know what comes from that. Like you can build your own legacy from that. And again, but if you've grinded it out and there's a check waiting for you.
I hope the PGA Tour is able to provide where the best whoever is a tour card, the best 125 guys or 150 guys in the world make a good living every year. They have a way to be in tournaments making a living, because some of those guys who are top 150 but have tough years, or they end up paying for all their entry fees and end up kind of even or not making much money, being one of the best 150 golfers in the world. Like you would just hope that all of those guys, at least, because you don't know how many years you're going to get to do it for, that all those guys at least that play on the PGA Tour are able to reap the benefits of being one of the best in the world every single year.
We should probably take it back to baseball, huh?
All right, Tom.
Well, I was just thinking, I just stubbed my toe. It hurts a lot. What I was gonna say, I'm playing injured now, but what I was gonna say is, how about Freddie Freeman not being an All-Star?
Top first base in the NL. I mean, you have first base in the NL, first base and third base. Let me tell you, being an All-Star at those two positions, good luck, because in the NL you had Goldschmidt, best player on the planet right now. You had Crone, who's got like a 950 OPS or whatever with 20 plus pumps. You had Pete Alonso, that's got a billion RBIs and having a great year. Freddie's hitting 300 with 11 or 12 pumps, doesn't get in.
Name another really get in.
Name who?
Oh, another first baseman. Sorry.
Name another NL first baseman.
Frank Schwindel.
I'm missing
Alfonso Rivas.
Rowdy Tellez is having a really good year. He's got a bunch of pumps. You got now I'm blanking on Matt Olson, not having the year that those guys are having, but like
30 doubles.
Yeah, he already has 30 doubles. He's still got an 800 OPS. Like
Josh Bell.
Josh Bell is an unbelievable year. He's raking, doesn't get in. So like
playing for a trade.
First base in the NL, very tough. And then you have first base in the AL, where you have
Riz
with top 5 homers in the league, doesn't get in. Ty France didn't get in. And then the two guys that actually did get in are
Vlad. Vlad
Jr. and who else?
Was it Yordan Alvarez? Does he play first? Does he play
No,
outfield?
he's DH.
DH.
Somebody know more things.
Come on, guys. All-Star rosters. It's gonna take me a second here. Luis Arias.
Oh yeah, he's hitting like 350.
Yes.
He's the best. Is he labeled as a first baseman?
He is on the MLB website I'm looking at.
That guy is incredible. It's one of the best pure hitters I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's hitting like 350.
Does every year.
You got guys missing out on the All-Star game with like some crazy accolades, and that's tough. And then
let me hear your thoughts on this. So Shohei Ohtani, obviously a freak. Don't get me wrong, pitches as well and hits well. But I find it hard to believe Yordan Alvarez is not the starting DH of that team. Have you seen Yordan Alvarez's stats?
Oh, it's the fan vote.
Insane. But he should have been a starter, I'm saying. Do you see his stats?
I agree with you.
I'm going to find his stats real quick.
Do you want to say something about the fan vote? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Oh, I mean, it is 100% biased. I'll say it 100 times. It's biased so much. It's whatever fan bases vote the most. I mean, it's not the guys that deserve it always.
Do you think there should be a like prerequisite to the fan vote? Like you should have to qualify with performance to get into the fan vote?
I think it's not to the degree where you got guys that stink. Like there's nobody starting that. It's like, oh, this guy's an all-star. But you know what I mean? Like there are guys like Yordan Alvarez is hitting 306 with 26 homers, 60 ribbies. With a 1058, Ian, a 1058 OPS. And that guy's not a starter. I know he's hurt right now, but still.
Yeah. I mean, he deserved to be the starting DH.
Really, really cool. Pujols and Miggy voted in by the commissioner's office.
Super cool. Super cool.
Cool.
I think you unplugged your mic, guy.
Ian, do you remember in 19 when we would face Round Rock and PV would intentionally walk Yordan Alvarez every time he came to the plate?
He intentionally walked him right to the big leagues.
It'd be like guy on first, 2 outs, 4, put him on.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter. We weren't facing him.
Imagine him with
him once and he hit
those
an
balls
Oppo
in
homer.
19.
He hit an Oppo homer the one time we pitched to him. And I'm like, well, that's why we're not pitching to him.
Yeah. So for the listener, we played against in Round Rock. He was in AAA with the Astros at the time. And we came in and I don't think anybody knew who he was, but it was like, this kid's raking. And he was like 22 at the time or 21 or something. Mm-hmm. And so I think they let him hit in the first game and he had an opposite field home run. And our manager walked him either intentionally or unintentionally for the rest of the series for 4 more games. And he was called up like 2 days later.
I was going to say, if
we just walked him right to the, once you get, and if you're in AAA and you're getting walked like that, and it's like, well, this league is too easy for you, you got to go to the next league.
We were quite literally saying like, this guy will not beat us. We will get beat by anybody else, but this guy is way too good. We wouldn't even let lefties face him. He hits lefty. And we're like, nope, can't risk it.
Yeah, I think to go back to the fan vote for a minute, I think it might be an interesting thing to either have like you have to qualify for the fan vote where like there's a list of guys who like
you can choose from.
Yeah, who have had really good performance, who deserve it, and then they get voted on by the fans, or the fan vote gets a number of guys in, but maybe doesn't decide the starting lineup, because it would be kind of cool to like, okay, these guys are in, and then you have another reveal of like, and like the manager, like Snit or whoever who's managing for the Dusty? Is Dusty managing for the
Yes.
Like those guys then are able to like set the starting roster and be like, hey, look, here are the starters. Like that's pretty cool. But then also then the manager is deciding
they might be
starters
biased and start their own guy.
I don't know. Maybe the player vote decides the starters, because I think it's really cool when the players vote you to do something. I
don't know. I mean, usually the fan vote's not too far off, but like there's sometimes where you're like, really, like this guy's starting over this guy, like that doesn't.
Usually it works itself out, but sometimes it's like it's like who gets into that final vote or like who ends up, because then like those votes are getting taken away from the other guy. Like there were some. What did Toronto had? Remember the year that Kansas City had the entire starting lineup?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Stuff like that. And they were good players, but it's like, really, like there's nobody else better.
Well, in 16, it was like they had the Cubs voted in the entire starting lineup because like the fans were just so fired up. And so like, yeah, it's if fans are voting for their team like outrageously more than everybody else, then it also skews all the rest of the votes where if you have like one really good player or one guy that's like through the roof where you're like he needs to be an all-star, like Atlanta has, Atlanta had Dansby and Acuna, and they, those fans end up voting for a whole roster of Braves, and then they get higher vote totals. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's an interesting, because it's great to have the fans involved, and it's awesome how much they participate and want to get guys in. But it's like, what's the perfect structure for actually just like, because it's like a very big deal for guys to get into the game and have that honor. So it's.
You fly out there Monday?
Sunday night, I think.
Oh, it's gonna be so sick.
PJ?
Ooh, that's
PJ?
my All-Star break. You want to fly me out? Oh, come on.
Are you guys both? You guys are same All-Star break as it's 4 days?
Yeah, we got.
And then
4.
you end up somewhere on Friday.
We go to Omaha after the break.
Do you play a 3-gamer?
We play a 4 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then straight to St. Paul after. No off day.
This is Manscaped. It's like Sparta. This is Sparta, but it's Manscaped. Did you get that?
Yeah, that's
Is that good?
I like that. I like that.
Manscaped.com.
Manscaped.
Discount code compound. 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. A lot of stuff from Manscaped. They got the body wash, they got the hair stuff, they got the lawnmower 4.0 that has the light. I don't know if you know that has the light. I actually asked Tom. I was like, Tom, we haven't been getting packages. I need a package. I need a little care package from.
They got those little straight razors now too, like the.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
Straight razors. They got deodorant. They got preserver. They got reviver. They got all kinds of stuff.
There's like some gel on there for when you use the razor too. It's supposed to help. I don't know what it all does. I got a package right here. It's sitting right next to
20% off plus free shipping. Code compound. Manscaped.com. This is Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Code compound. 20% off free shipping. Go get all of the products that you need. This is big. John Boy Media Crew is going to be out in LA for the All-Star Game VIP event at Boomtown Brewery. Say that 5 times fast. Boomtown Brewery, Tuesday, July 19th from 2:30 to 4:30 to celebrate. Limited tickets, selling out fast. You get 2 free drinks with your ticket. You get a free John Boy Media All-Star Week t-shirt, giveaways, prizes, photo ops, Q&A session. There's going to be a link. And I know Ronnie's going to put that link in there because he really is going to make sure, because Jimmy will get mad at him if he doesn't. And he's on Jimmy's Zoom. So he's going to put that link in there. 2:30 to 4:30 in LA, Tuesday, the 19th, VIP party.
Will you be there?
Maybe you'll see Ian Happ there.
I think I'm going to be at work, but
it's not work. It's play. That's play. That's not work.
Oh, play. All right. Watch party, VIP. It's not a watch party. It's before the game. It's just a VIP party. Job play. Ronnie's going to put the link in there.
I'm going. Are you going home, Dakota? Or what are you doing?
I'm staying here with Jared Young, and we're golfing every single day, and I can't wait.
Where are you playing?
TCI.
You know what you should do? Call I'll set.
Can you get me on at Wakanda?
If you want to play, I don't know where that is. If you want to play Des Moines Country Club, the doc, the doc out there?
Yeah.
Great guy. Awesome guy.
First of all, you don't know Wakanda. It's a top 100. Act like you know golf, please. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is a top 100 public course. Or maybe not public, but it's where they hold the senior event. I promise. It's called Wakanda Country Club.
Make some phone calls. You're the mayor.
What do you mean I make some? I need you. That's why, that's what
right,
you're here for. Say, hey, this is All-Star Ian Happ. I'd like you to get my friends on, and we want free drinks. Go ahead and feed them lunch too. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Zach, where are you going? You going to the beach?
No, I'm going home Sunday night. But I was told I may have to be back because there's a doubleheader in Oakland, and they haven't decided who's going yet. So my break might be cut in half, or I might get 4 days. I'm not sure.
Is that a Thursday doubleheader?
I'm not sure. Whatever. I think everybody has a doubleheader out of the break in the big leagues.
Not me.
You guys don't?
We don't play until Friday in Philly.
Oh. Somebody told me that. But yeah, I'm not sure what day it is, but
You'd be happy to come back early. Put it that way.
yeah, of course. No.
Duh, it's a show.
Yeah, we got Friday. We got Friday in Philly, but I think there are some Thursday doubleheaders.
You and Schwarber going to take a PJ back together?
Ooh.
Ian?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My computer's doing weird shit.
I said, are you and Schwarber going to take a PJ back from LA to Philly together?
Probably not, but that would be a nice thing. It would be a really nice thing. Schwarber's got a lot more money than me. Maybe he'll pay for it.
Maybe he'll pick up the tab.
I'm very excited to see Schwarber. I'm very excited to see Jock. I'm very excited to see Schwarber's baby and Paige and a lot of people. Very cool. Very cool. We should get to Sloan screen time. Let's do Sloan screen time. Let's get the people out of here. I don't know if mine's going to be good or not. I have a heck of a story that I wasn't prepared to tell today that maybe I'll tell next week.
Is it the one Scott said you were going to tell us?
Nope.
Scott said that you had something that you said, this is going on the pod.
Oh,
It might be the microphone.
I did. But remind me about that next week. That is a Scott. That's a story about Scott that's going on the pod.
5:23 for me.
4:50.
6:30.
Oh, 6:30. 4:54 for me. Ronnie?
8:18.
Oof.
No,
Not that bad. Tom's been higher.
What is it?
8:18, he said.
8:18.
All right. Yeah, that's
Tom's had worse. We've
For
seen
a second
double
there, I
digits.
thought he said 18. I thought he just said
No, no.
18. And I was like, holy
No.
shit.
The only time he
8:18.
wasn't was when he was sleeping.
That's screen time presented by Sloan. If you need automatic flushers, automatic faucets, if you need anything that you flush or wash your hands with, Sloan.
Zach
Valve.
can't even go to the bathroom in St. Paul because I don't think they have Sloan there.
No.
Sad.
Thanks.
But it is a nice little photo you got behind your head there. We will see you next week for episode 118 of the compound.
19.
Maybe live from the All-Star game. We're trying to figure it out.
If you can't get a guest, I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, can I get a guest? Think about how busy those 2 days are going to be.
That's
and
true.
For me to be like, hey,
But you can network.
No,
You can
network
throw
for
out
the
some
future.
feelers for the future.
Yeah, future network.
Okay, yeah.
Ever heard of it?
Future. All right. We'll see you next week. Compound Podcast. Presented by Parsley Rum. When I say
Rum.
Parsley, you say Rum. Parsley.
Rum.
Rum.